Makati mose muri Zimbabwe kusekana zvekare pano pachivhitivhiti chenyu patinokupai nyaya nemalastest updates ezvinhu zvinenge zvichiitika munyika yeZimbabwe. Nyaya hombe yatauya nayo kuti munge muchiona inyaya iri kubva kuna kuZimai. Alright, Zimai iri yachionesa kuti Collins Mnangagwa mukadzi wake wechipiri uyo akanga akasungwa mai manje zviri kunzi arida kutoti asungwe futi, but chiri kukonzeresa kuti asungwe futi zviri kunzi akabuditswa nebail. After abuditswa nebail ari kunzi anga achiita inonzi money laundering yekufamba nemari zvisiri pamutemo, saka arida kuti asungwe. But muri Zimbabwe nyaya iri kuita kuti munhu asungwe haisi nyaya iri kubvira ipapo. Mhuri yapresident Emmerson Mnangagwa iri under attack, iri kugaslightwa zvakaomarara zvekuti munogona kuona vamwe vachiita masuicide pamhuri iyoyi. Pavana vavo 64 ivavo vapresident Emmerson Mnangagwa munogona kuona pachiitika minana kana kutonzi wana anogona kufa nekurwisana kuripo. Nyaya iri kukonzeresa kuti family iyi atakwe inyaya yeyi succession fight. Ndo ari kukonzeresa kudzingwa kwevaroora vese ava, ndo ari kuzama kudzingwa achifungidzirwa kunzi maybe ndo kune maerrors, but maerrors haasi ipapo muri Zimbabwe. Muri kuona nyaya iripo, maerrors ari pakuti muri kusideline achiwenga ndo pane maerrors ipapo, vanhu havakwanisa kuzvitaura, but nyaya iyoyo inyaya hombe mhuri yeZimbabwe. Vanhu vari kugaslightwa each and every day mufamily iyoyo. Saka ndo nyanga yatati kuonese, but according to Zim Live vauya vakati breaking, Collins Mnangagwa's second wife Kesita Flenyika is set to be rearrested shortly after she is released on bail tonight, facing new charges including money laundering. Zimai has headed her mother Amina Jacinda and sister Dion Tanaka Tafrenyika in custody in Bulawayo. Ava Dion ndiye mukoma wacho namai vacho zviri kunzi vakabatwawo kuBulawayo vachida kuenda nemari yange yakawanda zvikuru kwazvo, vachida kubuda munyika muno, ndokubva vasungwa ipapo, ndokusechwa, ndokuonekwa vane mari yakawanda kudaro. Saka ndo mamiriro zvakaita muri Zimbabwe hazvina kumira zvakanaka munyika umo. Munogona kungonza kuti chachaya ende chinochaya, but muri Zimbabwe kuchaya kwachaita ndekwekudai so. President Emmerson Mnangagwa ivo vane vanhu vavo vanavo maassociates avo, ndo achatry kuda kudefenda iyi third force, achatry kuda kudefenda iyi force iri kuda kuti chiwenga apinde. Saka ipapo ndo pachaita hondo, ipapo ndo pachamanisana vanhu. Madhara anenge aripo kumba kwavachimwati ava vari kupiwawo $250 ndo vachapiwa kunzi itai maoperations aya, chengetedzai nyika, itai so, but muchengetedza criminal family. So muri Zimbabwe ndo mamiriro azvakaita. Tinokutendai chose nekutera kwenyu. Tinokurudzira vatsva garai masubscriber molike pano pachivhitivhiti chenyu patinenge tichikupai nyaya nemaladies updates ezvinhu zvese zvichiitika munyika yeZimbabwe. Saka chakusiyai makatera kubva kumakomberedzi edu anodadisa pano vanenge vachitaura nyaya revolution, vanotaura zvinhu zvinenge zvichinetsa munyika. Ndofunga munonyatsonzwa maaudios atinokuisirai pano anenge achibva kumakomberedzi vari diaspora akasiyana siyana, vanenge vachitaura nyaya dzinobatika, nyaya dziri riu, nyaya dzinoita kuti nyika iende mberi. Saka nazvoni chakusiyai makatera kubva kwavari.
Comes into place and training. That's the last one, the fourth pillar of the fourth pillar in maritime safety. Are our people trained? No. If you are trained, you cannot drive a vessel like that. Never. And if you are trained, you would also have kuti usumuke uchiona prediction yewave. Hakuna chinaitika mu lake chisingakwanisike kuoneka. Government is not simply invested in latest technology to detect what's going on. We need could have done that. If you want to see that, tarisaone nzira inobva kuaerodrome yeKariba ichisvika paMakuti. It's now impossible. And yet that place used to be a tourist area. It used to be a tourist resort area, Kariba. Zero, no development, nothing. No one is seeing what's going on in there. How do citizens take responsibility? How do travelers take responsibility? For years, kunana Long Island, kunana Msamba Karuma, kunana Binga, kunana Mola, kwaka neglectwa in terms of education. Ndiko kuya kwaunoona kune zvikoro zvinopiswa zvine uswa. Government is totally forgotten about that area, all of it. Ukada kuti utenderere lake, assuming you want to use Ningi Road, kuti utenderere lake uende kunosvika kubinga nzira hadzifambike. And that shows government is not attended to the infrastructure whatsoever. The same thing applies. Imagine kuti accident yakadaro inoitika muHarare and people are trapped muningi mumasiwa pipes. They don't have response unit, emergency response unit, although they have it somewhere yakanyorwa kuti inonyorwa kana vakuenda mumapepa. They failed kubudiriro kudeploya sub-aqua. They failed kusvikira kwauya where munoti Coach Rambo to not to rescue, but to retrieve my dead bodies. And you think they do that in town, they would care about something that is going.
Okay. Freelance and and solar eclipse. Okay. Can I go to Magneto? Magneto?
Eh, oh yeah. Tito David.
What should I say?
Bana kia. Anyway, yeah, it's really, really sad. But I'll try to touch on a number of things. Firstly, there is someone who mentioned about the spiritual thing of Kariba and stuff like that. There is something which happened to me. I don't know whether it's true or not, but I wouldn't. I know it's an accident, but I don't know whether there is some spiritual thing again involved. Because these people, they are saying the Binga wave. So I want you to underline the word the Binga wave. The people, Vanogarama areas are, they are Tonga. And the Tonga people, they are very spiritual people and they are very traditionally spiritual. And they call this the Binga wave, meaning to say they know about this phenomena. It happens in the Kariba Dam and they are aware of it. If you listen to the video, here this woman, Angash Tauro, from the beginning, she was giving reference to this Binga wave, saying, we told the captain about the Binga wave, but he was adamant. In 2023, yeah, it was, to be specific, on the 16th of January 2023, I went to Binga. I was in Binga Center. So, Binga Center, mune ma hot springs arimo. We went to the hot springs at Binga Center. There was one strange thing, because Kariba Dam stretches up going past the Binga Center. It goes towards the Victoria Falls. There is one strange thing I had my videos, Mdaro atakasangana naye kokashitaura this thing. Ministry of Wildlife and Tourism, they fenced my hot springs ever Binga Center, and they started charging people to get in. If I show you one of the videos randakatotora, unotoona like the fence yacho. But pagedi pavakaisa, the day ravakaisa munhu pagedi achitanga kubhadharisa kuti vanhu vapinde, it said kuti ndakastopa kubuda. Saka madhara area iwawo, they had to go there and do their ritual. And they said, no. You cannot charge people to get in there. Get rid of this guy and table yake ari kubhadharisa vanhu. And they took off the gate rangaripo. The fence iripo. And after madhara iwawo vaita their ritual, mvura yakatanga kubuda. In the day when it was yaitobuda and it was very hot. Mudarao, you takampa lift from the, because these hot springs, I think they're about 3 kilometers from Binga Center. So takampa lift, his Tonga was in his early 80s. I didn't know. But the guy I was with, a friend of mine, they can do what iwe. Mubinga, if you give someone
Magneto, change on the early 80s.
oh, sorry, he was in his late 80s, sorry, mid early 80s age, I mean, this old man, sorry. So the guy I was with, he said to me, Mubinga muno ukapa muno lift, badaris. So don't ask for money. I didn't know about that. I said, okay. So we were talking Mdaroyo, but Mdaroyo was sounding very bitter. I'm saying this maybe for people maybe to understand the spiritual part of thing, and given the fact people are saying the Binga wave. Mdaroyo was so bitter. Ashtaura. So I tried to understand why. So can say no. During time ya Mugabe aitakawea kuno, I disaboots. Otera kumashure kwedu, isusu teita chikaranga chedu, achitera. Not this guy munu amuna ye uyu. Yes, I'm sorry the language I'm going to use. So can see, Machina arikuya arikumamira makomo edu. And around that time again, it was time yainetsa magetsi zvichinzi kukariba hakuna mvura. Mudhara akati no, the problem. So Papa Etako, Chikanzi, the problem is there is a language because I mix a Tonga ne Shona. In I'm not good at Tonga, but the guy I was with, Anutaurandevele, so he understands a bit of Tonga, so he was translating. So I tell us, am I still audible?
Very much so.
Yeah. So Mdara, he said the problem why you're failing to generate magets Mukariba Dam is not the fact you're good the water levels are low, but maisa mapfupa akanyanyisa mukaribu demo. That's the problem. He was implying kuti you have killed a lot of people and you have put those people into the dam. That's why and the spirits are not happy. And this is what this Mdara. I remember that day specifically. It was on the 17th of January 2023. I can confirm that in my pictures and I got on the day. So he was saying what needs to be done. These people in Harare, they have to come here, allow us to do our things. Then take a Chedu and to Chenes at the Kariba Dam because it's too dirty now because of Mafupa Evan Amrikisa in this dam. I had no comment on that. But Mudara, I don't want to lie. He was very bitter and he was angry. And he was angry towards the government. Kuti, Vanava Samurikita, we are not happy. Anyway, I've just given that. It is I'm going to remember when someone mentioned the spiritual part of it. I don't know whether it's true or not. And Mudara again, he was saying, all my life, we have never seen an island in Kariba Dam. But now, ever since these people came in, Takuonama Islands, he was saying, Kuti, the things that Takuonam Kariba Dam, we have never seen those things before. So I don't know whether it's true or not. It's food for thought. And I'm going to see way up. But it's just this thing to do with the Carib, the being aware and the spiritual part of it. Then, going back again, another story. Around the Easter 2017, yeah, I remember, I went to Vic Falls. So I was staying by Inon's Azambezi River. Panama boats are repo. We wanted to go. We were told my boats said they're fully booked. I went there by the river because Azambezi River is virtually by the water, Azambezi River. So people were boarding and I was just standing there observing. It's not a boat. Angori Marata Agaswa engine. So when I was asking, no, you were supposed to book in advance. We were fully booked. We take about 45 people per boat. They had two, and they were charging about $50. For me, looking at it, I said, this is a business opportunity. There is money here. So they had two boats, and per day, I think each boat does about more than 4 trips. And the evening, they say a dinner cruise. So my calculations, on that day, we were fully booked for the next 4 days. I think each boat was bringing in more than 10 grand a day because it was $50 per head, taking 45 people. That's around 2 grand. So I started doing my investigations. I was given a number of a guy, since this guy is a boat inspector, is someone who can help you. I called the guy. The guy said, I'm in Harare. I made an appointment with him. I said, okay, I'm coming to Harare in about 3 days. I made an appointment with him. I went to his office. Apparently, his office, you take Blawai Road from Harare towards Norton, there is a self station Iripo with 10 of Lake Chivero. Unenda towards that direction, Shirima Tombo, if I'm not mistaken. You go over the hill, the Panama office is up. I met this guy. We spoke. I said, I want to put a boat in Victoria Falls. What's the procedure? He said, why do you want to put your boat in Victoria Falls? I said, so where should I put it? He said, go to Harare. Why not here in Harare? They got way in Harare. He said, Darendale. Apparently, there is a government institution in Darendale, ZIPAM. ZIPAM, they do my trainings and they book in people and all that stuff. So it was said, ZIPAM, they don't offer any recreational facilities to my clients. So they want someone. They pitched the director, I've forgotten the name of the director, but I've got his number. If I check my phone, I've got the number of the director. He pitched the idea of government. Government, they got to know you cannot bring in the board as the government. Instead, look for a partner. So it was the responsibility of this board inspector, this is Rizai guy, to look for a partner. So when I went there, he said, oh, Wandi Birani Kubi, I was looking for someone like you. Okay, fine. We did all the formalities and everything else. Now the thing was for me to provide the board. Where do I get the board? I don't have the money to buy the board. I did my inquiries. Someone said, go to Kariba. They manufacture these boats in Kariba. I said, are you sure? I said, yeah. He gave me a number. I phoned the guy. The guy said, yeah, sure, we manufacture my boats. Wow. We are Kariba Titauran. But then my time was up. I came back wherever I am. November 2017, I went back to Zimbabwe. 8 December, I traveled to Kariba. And I told posters on comment section some of my pictures of the boats I took on the day. I met the guys, we sat down, we spoke. Why I'm giving this background, I'll come to the idea, yes, fit about that board. So when I was talking to this guy, they gave me an outline, my boss, our manufacture, how they do it, my inspections, my requirements, and everything else. So they said for it to be cheaper to you, talk about bill of quantity. You buy the materials, we manufacture the board for you, and you tell us how many people you want. I wanted something which takes about 70 people, and it was going to be double. But my
Magneto, we
eye,
can't hear you.
yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. When I saw the pictures of the boat tracker singer Nezuro, one of the videos you could see, visually the backside of the boat, the boat, it was underwater. Papa video yakatorwa nevanhu vaiseka kuti up that boat. So these guys, they said, when we manufacture this boat, there is a requirement iripo boat redu patinoisa mvura. There is a certain distance from the water surface to the level inenge inevanhu. You have to meet that requirement. And whenever they are testing that boat, if my meters, I think they were saying 1.5 meters or something, I can't remember. If our boat doesn't meet that requirement, it's a fail. So looking at and for the distance from the water level and to where the people were set, I can tell you it's below 30 centimeters. Given the information I was given to this guy. Anyway, for me, that project, I abandoned it because the bill of quantity, initially it was about 48,000 US dollars when I went back to Harare. So I just said, I cannot afford this. So I abandoned the project. So the safety of that boat, for me, inspectors are there. That I can guarantee because I spoke to the guy who does the inspections. I've got his phone number. I know him personally. Inspectors are there. But someone along the line is ignoring my safety measures. And someone along the line, I don't know why that boat was being allowed to be on the water. Because the inspection, which I was told by this guy, you don't need to go and measure. Ukangomira on the harbor, that boat iri mumvura, you can tell, no, it's not meeting that requirement. And it's not supposed to sail. It's not supposed to be fight for that boat to be on the water. Similar tragedy. And I don't think our government is not taking measures because the similar tragedy we suffered pakatetwa a board of inquiry yailidwa naLuke Malava when 22 students from Molele High School drowned in Lake Chivero in December 1, 1996. And pakatwa a commission which was led by former Chief Justice Luke Malava. And my recommendations akapiwa, if they were being followed in this incident, we shouldn't be having this problem. We shouldn't be talking about this tragedy. If the recommendations in that report were followed, because we would find out the problems which caused that singing, they are a mirror image of the problems which caused this singing as well. It's a photocopy, carbon copy. So it's quite tragic.